Hey everyone, happy Friday morning. Good morning to everybody. This is the first time that I'm actually veering away from my regular Sunday live stream and I have a very good excuse. First of all, it's drizzling outside. Not that I do the stream outside, but here in Iloilo right now it's been gloomy and I like the morning today. It's a little bit cold and I hope you are comfortable and warm in your own homes or wherever you are for those who are working. So I'm doing the streaming hot today and not on a regular Sunday schedule because I am guesting someone who is in a different time zone in the world, practically like the other side of the world. And it will be very hard for her to join us for the live schedule on a Sunday. And I really don't mind going out of the regular schedule because I like surprises. I like how to like just go and do it when it's possible. So I also tried pre-recording the live stream, but after some technical rehearsals and I played back the recorded version of the live stream, I'm very unhappy about it because it compresses the file size and it pixelates the whole thing, and it's not going to give you the same experience as watching this live. So yeah, I mean, why not do that today? After all, once this live stream comes out and it's on my timeline on my YouTube channel, it's gonna be there. You can watch it anytime. After this, we will be immortal. Okay, but before anything else, happy Dinagyang, Viva Señor Santo Niño to all the Ilonggos here and around the world. This is the Dinagyang weekend. And for the first time ever, our Dinagyang celebrations have been relegated to virtual events. And although you might think it's just virtual, the events are actually harder to organize this year because of how to schedule things, how to make sure that everyone who participates are safe. They're all safe, and they go and observe the proper health protocols imposed by our health authorities, and they did. And so I think that everyone who made this possible, the efforts are all going to be worth it. So props to the people behind it, especially to the Iloilo Festivals Foundation Incorporated and to the Iloilo City government for making sure that the Dinagyang spirit is not forgotten despite the pandemic. So I hope those who are staying home stay safe, but continue to celebrate by watching the virtual Dinagyang. And they are all going to be streamed via the different platforms of the city government. And I would like just to make a special mention that one of the events will be directed by Kevin tomorrow, and it's entitled The Nagyang Warriors Fashion Show. It will be streamed live via Facebook pages of Miss Iloilo and the Iloilo Dinagyang official Facebook pages. So the fashion show will feature the past candidates of Miss Iloilo 2020 and Bijou models, and the designs are by Tata Pinuela. So I hope you guys can watch the live stream event. And this event, of course, is brought to us by Festive Mall Mega World Iloilo. That's something that we all look forward to. And if you have a very special invitation, maybe you can join us there live, but it's very limited because of the social distancing that the organizers would want to observe. I also would like to make a special shout out to the tourism students of the College of Saint Benilde who will be watching this show. I have not informed my good friend Vince Pilien, who actually sort of required his students to watch this live stream because a lot of them are actually they kind of a lot of them actually want to become flight attendants as part of a career path. So they're gonna watch this live stream. They want to learn directly from the experienced professionals who will be my guests today. So guys, our discussion today will be about becoming and being a flight attendant. So this is one profession that a lot of us who are outsiders to the job are curious about. How does one get chosen for the job? What does it take to be a flight attendant? What are the perils, the dangers, and what are the perks of being part of the flight attendant industry or the cabin crew industry? Today, we aim to share and discuss this profession, especially because the title flight attendant has been a byword recently with the tragic story of Christine De Serra, but we're not really going to discuss that. We're just going to talk about the career and how it happens to people becoming flight attendants and how exciting the job can be. So guys, joining us this morning our two former flight attendants who will share their stories with us. Our first guest comes from a family of flight attendants, and she will tell us about it more later. And they're from Philippine Airlines, of course. After working as flight attendant for PAL for several years, she moved to the US and worked for Compass Airlines. Currently, she's a full time mom to two beautiful daughters, Cheska and Hannah. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Louise Navarro-Piamonte.
Hello.
Hi, Lois.
Hello. Thank you for
Good
having
morning. Thank you for finding time to lock yourself in a room with your kids outside with GP. I hope. Hi, GP. I know you're gonna watch this some other time, or if he's watching right
me.
now. Hi, Cheska and Hannah. You have to behave because mommy has a showbiz job this
Yeah.
morning, this evening for them. Because to all those who are not aware, Louise is in Los Angeles, in California right now. So thank you, Louise, for your time.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. This is a good time out for me. Mommy time.
You look fabulous. You don't look like a mom at all. Oh my God. You're going to be the envy of a lot of my friends. And of course, our second guest, ladies and gentlemen, is a social media celebrity before she joined the ranks of Cebu Pacific cabin crew. She's famous for her viral video called The Jeepney Makeup Girl, which took the world of social media by storm and landed her a few product endorsements on a national level. It has always been her dream to become a flight attendant, and with her older sister, Hi Renzi, who is currently flying with Saudi Airlines, she was able to eventually land the cabin crew job herself. Everyone, please welcome my dear student and dear friend, and Rhycie Kate Custodio. Hi, Rice.
Hi everyone, hi Sir Bob, hi Ma'am Louise.
She's
Hi.
Louise, contrary to how people see her on social media, she's a very shy girl. Even in the classroom, she's
How are you?
shy, and so expect for me to need to kind of like bring her out of her shell
Okay.
the first few minutes before we actually she becomes comfortable. So hi girls, good morning, and well, let's get on to the discussion right away, because it's always nice to just take on the discussion with the right question to fire us up. So let me first begin with Louise. Why did you want to become a cabin crew in the beginning?
So, like you said, I come from a family of flight attendants. So for my parents, my mom and my dad are retired flight attendants from PAL. I have an uncle who was the manager of Iloilo Airport.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yes, and my cousin was a flight attendant also for Philippine Airlines. My tita. So just I grew up with the benefits. I grew up with the environment of being a flight attendant. So that's primarily why I wanted to join.
So at the get go, your family, like everyone pretty much, since you were a child, you see people as doing the cabin crew job, like seeing them go to work. So that kind of formed in your consciousness early on, right?
Yeah, so I think what made me really want to do it is my parents brought me on their flights.
Oh
So
my God!
enjoy ko
Wow.
yung perks. I think opened my eyes to, oh, pwede pala ako mag-business class, na mga ganyan. Or, if I'm in economy, like my mom or my dad would be like, hey, here's, business class chocolate. Mga ganon.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
So early on, you had the taste of the perks of
yeah,
the flight attendant life, coming from a
yes.
flight attendant
So I
family.
wanted that for myself also.
So how young were you when you first flew to another country? Because those are part of the parents' perk. Do you remember?
Oh my goodness. I was See, I don't even remember because I was probably too young, but I remember Rome. Imagine I was a 7-year-old
Oh
girl.
my gosh!
I flew to Rome. I saw the Pope.
Oh my god!
I was 7. And
Yeah,
very vague. I only have memories because of the pictures na pinapalabas ng mom ko. Like, oh, you
yeah.
to here and you've been to there. And I was like, I don't really, hindi ko maalala.
But you have pictures of those trips, at least to make you recall if you can remember at all, di ba?
Yes. Pictures for
Oh my
sure.
God. What a
Yeah,
wonderful childhood.
yeah.
Unique. Yeah, I mean, not a lot of kids would have that, but yeah, I think it's harder for you to imagine not to be a flight attendant
Right.
eventually.
All my classmates would be like, oh, saan mo ito nakuha? Parang Oreos na red yung stockings. Parang I was
Yeah.
obsessed with all my classmates. And being so young, parang confidence booster na all my
Yes.
things were like imported. But for me, it wasn't a big deal because
Yeah. Yeah.
nasanay na ako with
Yeah.
all of those. So
True.
yeah, that was a plus also. By
That's wonderful to hear that. It's really a unique setup for you, and it's quite a wonderful gift, not to have that kind of relations with people in your family. How about Ricey? How did you when did you become conscious that you want to be a flight attendant?
It started when I was young and I was really inspired with a music video of Britney Spears, yung Toxic. So I did not really realize na sensual pa yung music video na yun. Na-inspire talaga ako sa
That's a funny inspiration, Ricey. Of all the
well,
things that inspire you, that's toxic of Britney Spears.
Kasi I was so
It's so
fan
funny.
talaga ni Britney. So ayun. Tapos ayun na lang nagka-first flight ako. I always look up sa mga flight attendants na sa starstruck ako. Kahit right now na I'm talking with Ma'am Louise, parang starstruck pa din ako pag may kasama ako. Ayun, every time na nag-fly ako, even though na naging flight attendant na ako, kahit mag-talk ako sa crew ko, parang nasa starstruck pa din ako. Parang
Yeah.
the feeling stays the same.
Yeah, but when your older sister got the
Tapos
job,
ayun,
what the first time your older sister got the job, how did it affect your desire to become a flight attendant? Did it add more fuel to your desire?
So, before, sa Britney pa lang, meron ng Rhycie. Britney tsaka si Rhycie yung inspire sa akin.
Okay, that's also a cute inspiration. I mean, we all have our different ways of deciding on what path to take, no? So, okay, fast forward to the eventuality of things, and you heard of the hiring. Take us back through the process of your, maybe not the training per se, but hiring to training. What was the hardest part for you, and what was the most fun part? I'll start with Ricey first, and then I'll go to Louise after.
So, sa hiring, syempre first timer ako, tapos fresh grad. So, I'm not really confident nung pumasok ako sa Sada Hotel sa Iloilo. So, na-shock talaga ako na nakuha ako sa mass hiring. So, pinush ko na talaga. Like, hindi pa tapos yung school year, pinaprocess ko na yung yung mga papers para pumunta lang ng Manila to have training. So, for the training, it's really draining kasi every day may exam. Tapos parang 2 months lang na kinompress yung lahat ng lesson. Tapos yung limit lang ng mistakes is 3 mistakes. Ako nung sa university, happy na ako na magka-try. Sa akin, 2 mistakes. Tapos ayun, sobrang draining siya na kahit ako hindi ako maaral na tao, nag-learn talaga ako na mag-study everyday. Nagka-study habits ako doon na. Tapos ko na yung elementary, high school, tsaka college ko, wala akong study habits, pero nung training meron. So, ayun. Parang din, super, mahirap siya, pero at the same time, fulfilling. Tapos yung yung swimming na part, kasi sobrang takot ako doon, kasi hindi ako marunong lumangoy, na overcome ko. So, ayun, para sa akin yun yung pinaka-fun part, na na-overcome ko yung training.
How long is the training for Cebu Pacific?
Yes, sir.
How long is the training for Cebu Pacific?
2 months, sir. Tapos, meron kaming 2 makapal na books na kailangan tapusin. So, every day, iba-iba yung lesson. May mga first pa, mga ganun, emergency drill, sumisigaw-sigaw kami, mga ganun. Tapos, pati yung pagbebenta, nag-training din. Yung mga benta ng noodles.
So that's really a glamorized part of the pagbebenta, no? Glamorized talaga siya. Because
Oo.
I think only Cebu Pacific sells things. I mean, the Philippine Airlines, they don't, right?
Duty
Yeah,
free.
yeah. Oh my God, Rice. I'm sure we'll have more of that as we parang if we get deeper into your experience. I'll go to Louise first. Take us back to your training, Louise. If you still remember, what was the hardest part of it? How did you apply for it? Was it mass hiring, walk in, or what was the process with PAL?
So it was the walk-in. They just give dates on when they're gonna hire, and you kind of just walk in. But I don't know if you know this. I wasn't accepted the first time I applied.
Why? What happened there?
Um, they found a scar in my arm.
Like, is it
Like,
visible? It's a visible scar.
I don't know if you can even really see it.
Oh
Wait,
my God,
right?
that's how
There's like
meticulous they
yeah,
are. Okay.
there's
And
like
the scar was the scar is a childhood scar or what was
this
it?
is well, maybe I got this high school because I used to play soccer in high school. So
Okay.
I said it
Athletic, yeah.
was never gonna go away.
Yes.
So
And so you were not accepted at first.
I wasn't accepted at first. Like the first once they because you go for an interview, you talk about yourself and they make you lift your sleeves up. You're wearing long
Oh
sleeves.
wow.
You lift your sleeves up like this,
Yeah.
and then you do this,
Uh-huh.
and then you do this.
Oh my
So
God.
that's where they saw my scar. And hindi man lang nila ako binigyan ng chance to go through like the medical to test your eyes or your height or whatever. They just said, we don't like you, thank you. Parang ganon. So of course I was so heartbroken.
It's like a quick death. I mean, like a scar in whichever visible part of your body. That's already it. You're done. Is
Right.
that what you're saying? Yeah. Oh my God.
So, well, tip, yes, of course, if you have a scar, just foundation to the max.
Oh my God.
And like wear thick stockings for the ladies. Just find the thickest stockings you can in SM, and you're
Ah.
gonna be good. Yeah, but our training was 3 months naman.
But wait, let's go back first. So
Oh,
you reapplied. You kind of asked for consideration.
so I asked if I could reapply. When could I
Yeah.
reapply? So they
Oo.
said like 3 months. Was it 3 months? Like 4 months after.
Mhm.
So I just put foundation on my scar.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And it worked na. Okay
And
na.
it worked, yeah, because it was parang a different one naman interviewing me. So I just kind of
Yeah.
it up.
Yeah. Sometimes it's also up to the person selecting, no? The person
Yeah,
picking
you
your
can never be too sure how to be, how they hire. Because it really
Yeah.
depends on the person, yeah.
How was your training, Lois, back then?
So training was 3 months.
Okay.
Yes.
Longer than Cebu Pacific because Rhycie said it's just 2 months for them.
2 months, yeah. 3 months.
And what's the hardest part in the training?
I think it's, I guess, like Renzi said, Rhycie's classroom, staying in the classroom,
Uh-huh.
learning, parang info overload.
Yeah.
You're learning so many things so fast,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
you're tested right after. So staying
So
awake.
the stuff that you have to memorize are very technical stuff, right? Like you have to there are so many things to remember and they
Yes,
want to make sure you remember them
yes,
with
because
precision. Like it has to be exact. Oh my
like
God.
with Philippine Airlines, they have a number of planes.
Yeah.
So you have to know how many seats in that plane. Where are
Mhm.
the flight attendant seats? Where are
Oh
the
my God.
emergency equipment
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
those planes? And they're not all the same.
Yeah.
So you're confused. On this plane, it's there, but on that
Yeah.
plane, it's here. So that's what's confusing.
Yeah.
Then
So I guess that's I think that's the reason why it's a very difficult job to actually get because not only you have to look based on their requirements or standard, you have to have the mental capacity to
yeah,
actually process these things, no? And
yeah.
sometimes God gives you the face and the beauty, but the
That may not have
limitations.
memory capacity.
Yeah, and of course your ability to be to have the disposition which is supposed to be like quick, 'di ba? I mean, it's something that not a lot of people are gifted with. So you cannot just be a model looking person and, what's your height by the way, Lois?
I'm 5'4".
So that's what's the minimum requirement for PAL?
I think it's 5'2".
So 5'2" is okay.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. I
5'4" is
always thought it's like for girls, I thought it's a 5'5", and for guys, it's 5'7". I thought because everybody looks really tall.
You know what? I
On-
think so too. But once I was able to enter, and I was like, wait, parang ulit.
there, yeah. So yeah, I think because are they conscious about weight?
Yes.
Oh, so that's a tough, fact that the aspirants will have to remember.
Yes.
So
Sad.
do
Yeah.
they weigh you at the screening palang?
They don't weigh you, but they
They
see.
look at you.
They look at you. Like if you're big boned, they
Mhm.
they will tell you like tabain ka. So
Yeah.
it's it's first of all, it's a tough job emotionally.
Yeah.
You have to have a strong, I don't know, gut for the job.
Mhm. Yeah. Hi, Rhycie. Welcome back. We were just
Ay,
talking about
sorry.
height. It's
Wait lang
okay.
guys.
I will not judge you because, it can happen to anyone here in the Philippines. So it's really okay. So, guys, what about Cebu Pacific? How tall are you ba for the height?
5'5", sir. 165 centimeters.
Oh, so you're taller than Louise pala. Oh, that's great. Yeah. And your sister is how tall, Renzi?
5'6.5".
Oh
She's
wow.
taller. Yeah,
Matangkad
she's
siya sa
really
akin.
she's really tall also. Yeah, but sometimes it's also about I think personally it's about the proportion of your limbs with everything because you
Oo.
look great in your uniforms, and yeah, I mean that's coming from an outsider when we see flight attendants walk by at airports, it's like a bunch of really glamorous people passing by and it's a dream job for a lot of people. So I want to ask you if you remember the first flight you ever had after the training. What is there a tradition or a practice observed in your different airline companies for a first time flyer and a cabin crew? I'd like to ask Ricey first because I'm sure it's something that pressure in your memory.
So, yung
So we'll
first
give time to
flight,
Louise to remember first. Go Rice.
so my first flight, productive flight, sir, marami akong na-commit na mistakes. Kasi syempre, bago ka pa lang, tapos fresh from training, tapos parang conscious ka na magkamali. Kaya marami kang nagagawang mali. Pero
Mhm.
my first flight kasi, mabait yung lead. Depende din yun sa katrabaho. If i-help ka nila or if
Mhm.
meron kasing term sa amin na parang ng junior, mga ganun. Parang nagpa-power trip sila ng mga baguhan.
Mm, mm.
Pero yung first flight ko, swerte ko kasi mabait. So tinuturuan niya lang ako. Tapos if may mali ako, sinasabihan niya lang na sa next flight mo ganito dapat ha, mga ganun-ganun.
Yeah.
So
So it also depends on the personality of your lead.
Oo, yung coworker mo talaga, tapos kailangan mong makisabay din sa kanila. Parang alam mo paano
Oh.
i-handle yun.
So it's mataas yung consciousness na kailangan makibagay in a cabin
Oo.
crew, job. It's a very personal, it's a relationship based kind of fluidity, no?
Yeah.
Pero what's your first flight, Rice? Din ka, where did you go? Ano yung destination
First
mo?
flight ko, Palawan.
Okay.
Ano yun? Manila, Palawan, Manila. Tapos pumuntang Butuan. Manila, Butuan, Butuan, Manila. Parang 4 flights sa isang araw.
Yeah.
Yun ang first
And
ko.
after the first flight, did you feel relieved that you were able to pull it off? And
Oo,
okay naman.
super happy ako, sir. Like, sobrang
Did you
saya.
demo? Did you demo the safety
Yung
features?
demo.
Oh my God. Good thing hindi mo sinayaw. Kasi di ba famous yung sebpak sa dancing flight attendants?
Yeah.
And I had the honor of meeting that woman, the flight attendant, who really performed in the viral video. She eventually worked for SM Marketing in Palawan, and I met her there. So yes, next time I'm gonna guest her also. Okay. Louise, how about you? Tell us about your first flight ever and how it was like.
So my first flight, they call it like a check ride. After training, you go like you have your wet run now on the plane on a real flight with somebody that checks you. You're like your line administrator.
Mm.
And I think because the flights, the domestic
Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
domestic flights were full, I was put in a Hong Kong flight.
Okay.
So in a Hong Kong flight, you have like an hour and a half
Mhm.
to serve full meals,
Oh my gosh.
which is like lunch and coffee and tea and all that. So I was tulala. As in, because all the other flight attendants, first of all, I was with like seniors,
Uh-huh.
like friends of my parents.
Oh my gosh.
So talagang that pressure on me na, uy, anak ko ni,
Mm-mm.
guard and
Mm-mm.
ikaw na, ganyan. So I
Yeah.
was like, okay, put the pressure on me. And then they were moving so fast na parang first I stepped back and I looked at my line administrator and I said, parang I'm gonna do more
Panic.
harm than good. Sabi ko, can you please just tell me what I need,
But
what I have to
but you
do?
trained for it, right? Like mabilis yung movement. You trained for it, right?
I mean, you train for it, but you don't know what you're gonna get until
Once you're there.
like it really hits you. Like, oh my, what is
Yeah.
happening?
Yeah. I can imagine. Yeah.
Oh, like
But were
talaga.
you the only one na baguhan in that flight?
Yes, I was.
Oh my gosh.
So
What a baptism of fire for you.
right. So I was nakatulala there watching everybody move. Yung line administrator ko naman was medyo chikahan with the other crew kasi parang kabatch niya or whatever. So I was kind of just, okay, hi. Cute na lang.
And so what happened?
So, I just really have like, okay, I'll get the plates or I'll get the trash or I'll, clean the bathroom or something
Mhm.
just so I could be seen like moving. But yeah, it was, I mean, I just had to show like I was trying to help, I guess. Therefore, I don't know, it was really bad.
Oh, wait, Joyce, your first flight, it was right away international.
Yes, because sometimes domestic flights get full.
Uh-huh.
And at that time, they were hiring new classes every month.
Oh,
So
wow.
just to pass you for like a check ride, because they check you on every aircraft.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
And what kind of plane was that?
this
The
was
Hong Kong.
747.
So that's super
When it
huge.
was
Right?
before, but yeah,
Yeah.
now PAL doesn't have their 747s anymore.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, they just had to check me on, because I didn't know really the service of an international flight.
Yeah.
I just had to be checked on the aircraft, bale, safety-wise, where my position, what I'm supposed to do in an emergency on that position.
Mm-hmm.
Ganon. So service, I was like, just tell me what to do. I have no idea what I'm doing.
But in that flight, Lois, were you in the business class or in the coach?
Yes, I was business class.
Oh my God.
So
Isn't it
imagine
that the business class will always have the most difficult passengers ever?
it's funny you mentioned that because sometimes in economy it's kind of, economy has them too.
Yeah, they have a lot of demands. That's what I've been told. No, I mean it kind of requires you to be a super. You have to be really an excellent flight attendant to be in a cabin to be in the first or business class because of the demands that the passengers make.
I think they demand, not naman na they demand, but they know what they can get in business class.
Yeah.
Sometimes economy, what makes it not so good, because in economy, they think you can get business class, but
Oh my God. Buti na lang yung Sebpak walang business class. So at least pare-pareho silang lahat. Di ba, Rice? Walang business class si Seb back in the domestic flights, no? Wala, no?
Wala nga.
Okay. All right. Rhycie, tell us about your most memorable flight.
It was December 25 na flight.
Mhm.
Christmas Day na
Christmas.
yun.
Yeah.
Tapos I was flying with my batchmate. So, best friend ko talaga yung batchmate ko.
Mm.
So,
Mhm.
sobrang excited ako. Pero di ko alam na yun pala yung mangyayari sa amin. So, pagbalik sa Manila, may
Mhm.
may parang bagyo. Tapos,
Mhm.
sobrang lakas ng hangin and all. Eh, yung normal na turbulence na nafe-feel ko is ganun lang. Pero
Mhm.
yung time na yun, umaakyat na yung mga pasahero. Gumagana na yung turbulence. Tapos,
So
syempre, ako
super
sobrang
strong
takot ko.
turbulence.
Kasi ko na,
Yeah.
They're very strong na gumaganon, umaakyat yung pasahero sa seat nila. Tapos,
Mhm.
ako sobrang takot ako. Nakadalawang Ave Maria ako. Tapos isang Our Father. Tapos, sobrang nanginginig talaga yung paa ko. Pero hindi ko pinapamukha. Kasi, yung mga passenger na nakatingin sa amin, parang naghihintay lang ng warning or something na may sasabihin kami. So,
That's
ayun,
true,
parang
right? You know,
mukha ko
during a
ganun lang.
turbulence, I look at the flight attendants
Mm-mm.
and I feel assured that they look okay. But I have been told many
Oo.
times over by flight attendant friends that they are scared as shit, just like everyone else.
We're as scared as everybody else.
Yeah. But they just have to put on the face na, hey, everything's gonna be okay. What happened, Rice? What happened to that memorable flight?
Tapos, ganun nga, hindi lang ako nagpapa-obvious na takot din ako. Tapos, magka-land na sana, pero na-misapproach. Yun yung term ng mga pilot if hindi sila nakaland. Kasi zero
Yeah.
visibility. So, nakadalawang
Yeah.
approach. Tapos,
Oh my God.
nagtumawag yung captain kay lead crew, sabi niya, if ever hindi ko land kasi zero visibility, land tayo sa Clark kasi paubos na fuel. Tapos pag dinig ko paubos na fuel, tapos sabi ko, saan life ko na ba to? Pag mapuhay ko na ako dito. Tapos,
Oh my God. Oh my God.
ano na lang, parang yung lahat na inaral namin sa training, parang pinactice ko na lang sa mind ko baka in case mag-emergency. Parang na-planning ka na din. Pero syempre hindi pa din halata. Ganun lang din mukha ko. tapos ayun, nakaland din. Pag-land, tumayo mga pasahero, nag-clap-clap, tapos nag-congrats kay captain. Tapos nung pabalik na ako sa apartment, tumawag ako sa ate ko. Sabi ko, Te, feeling ko wala second life ko na ni. Nag-ano ko na. Tapos grabe ako experience din na. Kaya nag-share ako ng mga experience ko sa kanya. So sabi niya, yung mga pilot dyan sa Philippine na mga airlines, magaling yan sa bagyo kasi sanay na sila. So sabi ko, okay, so trust ko na lang yung life ko sa piloto next time. Yun. Tapos, sabi niya sa akin, ginusto mo yung trabaho yan. Sabi ko sa kanya, okay, sige. Baka may third life baka tomorrow. So, ayun.
So it's a scary moment, but I'm glad that you guys landed safely. Oh my God, that's funny and scary at the same time, right? No, that experience of yours. Pag na-witness pa talaga ng best friend mo, isn't that a double whammy?
Pero hindi lang kami yung nagkakita kasi nasa middle siya ng airplane. Tapos kami pag afternoon, chika-chika kami.
Oh my God. How about Louise? What's your most memorable flight? I'm sure you have many memorable flights, but the one thing that you want to share with us today.
I know, I think the first thing I thought of when this question popped up was when may namatay sa flight ko.
What? Really?
Sadly, may namatay sa flight ko.
Oh my God. What happened? Tell us.
So, it was a Cebu Manila flight. No. Yes, Cebu Manila. Imagine in an hour, maybe 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? Parang namatay ka. So, what happened ba? I think she boarded like normal, naka-wheelchair siya. They took her to her seat. I served coffee. I was in the row and I was like, would you like coffee, tea, or water? And hindi siya sumasagot. Nakaganyan lang siya. So I thought, okay, baka tulog.
Oh my God.
Medyo looking at her, sabi ko sa tabi niya, I think anak niya. So sabi ko, gusto niya ng coffee, I can leave it sa table niya or kung magising siya, ganyan. Tapos parang gumaganyan lang siya, no, thank you, ganyan. Tapos, but I had that kutob, like I didn't feel uncomfortable, right? So I kind of moved to the next row. Tapos sinerve ko sila. Sabi ko, hindi ako comfortable dun sa row na yun. So binalikan ko. Sabi ko, okay lang siya. Sabi ko, gusto mo ng, coffee, ganyan. Sabi ko, ma'am, do you want any drink? Ganyan. Nakaganyan lang talaga siya. Sabi ko, tulog ba to? Tapos, ginigising na siya ng anak niya.
Yeah.
So, sabi ko, parang hindi na siya gumagalaw. So, I was like, gosh. So, I told another flight attendant to take my cart and to lang mag-serve ng the rest. So, ginagising namin, hindi na gumigising.
Oh my gosh.
I ran to the pilots, tinawagan ko sila, sabi ko, parang there's emergency on board. Sabi ko, she's not conscious. Alam mo yun?
Yeah.
So, sabi niya, okay, it's the same time. We were like in the middle na. If we land back in Cebu, it's the same time as landing back to Manila. So, we just went straight to Manila.
Yeah.
So, nag-page ako, there's a doctor on board. Can we ask for help?
Oh my gosh.
We carried her body to the aisle. Mind you, this is a single aisle. So, she was nakahiga na dun sa aisle. Sabi ko, get the emergency kit, lahat na ng kit. I was assigning, everybody. Because, of course, I had to be the lead CA of that flight. So I was telling them, get this and get that. And the doctor on board was like, doing CPR.
CPR, yeah.
So I was telling the captain, I was updating what was going on in the cabin. Tapos, the whole time, wala. Just the other passenger was giving her CPR and we called for ambulance when we get, or emergency team when we get to Manila.
Yeah.
And they just kind of blew her out. But when we landed, of course, in Manila, it took so long before a doctor came in.
Yeah.
Or the emergency team came in, and she was in the middle of the aisle.
Oh my gosh.
So, business class, of course, were able to walk out, and everybody else that she wasn't blocking.
Yeah.
And all the other passengers were like, pwede bang lumabas na kami? Obviously, unless gusto mong you want to crawl over the other seat.
Oh my God.
So, but I guess apparently she had a history, and I guess you have to submit medical, you have medical requirements to submit before a flight, and I think she could do that. So she had
So basically, were you able to find out exactly the cause of her death eventually?
No, I wasn't, because her paperwork just said she just requested for a wheelchair.
Yeah, but that's the sad part, no? Because you take care of that particular event or situation, but you actually don't have a means to find out what happened. But you knew someone passed away. It can be pretty haunting, right? It can kind of stay with you. And this was on your what year as a flight attendant?
Oh my goodness!
When this happened?
Still in my first year.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
how
I think this was
tragic!
my last domestic flight before upgrading to an international flight.
International. Sa PAL ba, Lois, if you go international, you just stay international, or do you still do domestic at some point?
So before, when I left, you're either domestic flight attendant or international flight attendant. You can go to both. Now I think there's a different dynamic.
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, G-Boy told me that there's the PAL Express, so that's limited to the domestic flights.
Yes.
And then if you're really with PAL, then those are the groups that would do international flights.
Right.
Yeah. Wow, that's a really haunting story of your memorable. You need talagang flight na memorable because it's hard to forget. It's hard to forget, right?
And I was crying after. I was like, this is why I can't be a nurse. I can't be a doctor.
Oh my gosh,
I
yeah.
was just crying and crying and crying. I couldn't.
But is it part of your training to handle those situations? Like, are you trained for that?
I mean, you're not trained to handle, like, you're trained on, like, yeah, emergency.
Emergency, yeah.
You know, you have an emergency equipment, but you're not even allowed to use it unless you're a doctor. You know, or
Yeah. True.
you know, so what to do when a passenger is like that?
Mm-hmm.
You have to just call if there's a medical person, you know, a doctor on board or a nurse to
Yeah.
help you. That's really the first
Yeah.
thing to do. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, recently, Filipinos have been afforded flying more than ever. So, a lot of Filipinos have started choosing airlines more than traveling by sea, no, when they go to inter-island travel. And of course, international travel has also been something of a growing industry in the Philippines. Now, when people observe flight attendants on a cabin, you guys do a lot of things that a lot of people don't understand. Like what exactly are these things, or what are the trade secrets or industry secrets rather that you do on the cabin that nobody really knows about, but is it possible to share some of them today, because these are like, I think, for curiosity's sake, we're curious to know what are the things that you guys do that we don't know are actually, like, why do we have to keep the shades up when we land or when we take off, and
Oh, okay.
why do you dim the lights, what stuff do you see in the lavatory? I'm just kidding. No, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. I'll start with the more experienced one for now. Louise, what are some of the industry secrets that you can share with us today?
So I think now that you mentioned, it's all the things that you mentioned. It's more of for safety. I think
Really?
people don't understand that if everything we ask to do is safety, the
Yeah.
reason why they dim the lights is
Mm-hmm.
if there's fire outside
Mm-hmm.
or there's smoke inside
Mm-hmm.
the cabin, it's visible to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Why we ask
Okay.
to raise the window shade? It's not because we want you to burn with the sun, but it's if you're looking out and you see na, you know, my fire plane engine, we're not
Mm-mm.
going to see it. So if
Yeah.
you see it, then you have to report it to us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yung mga
Right.
ganon.
So it's really for safety purposes talaga.
Right. But I think if once now that you mention industry secrets, I don't know if everybody knows. We have beds on our planes.
The international planes.
Yes, like the bigger planes, there are beds for the flight attendants to sleep in. We sleep on the flights, on long flights.
Is it like a double decker, or like how do you guys, how small or how big are the beds?
It's actually like a single bed.
Really?
Like
Wow.
that
So
bed.
it's comfortable if you
Yes,
sleep on it. Oh
yes.
wow.
You can toss and turn in bed.
How long are you allowed to sleep on the
So
plane?
so let's say a Manila LA flight is maybe 12, 13 hours.
Yeah.
You have around 4 hours of sleep.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah. So we're not
And is
awake.
it scheduled like prior to flight? You already know what time you're supposed to sleep? Like
So that is seniority based.
so you have to request from your purser or like
So
whoever.
in your area, you always have to have, like, let's say it's one person assigned to stay up, let's say first. So
Take turn.
your senior
Yeah.
decides, okay, do I sleep first? Do you sleep first? It's your senior that decides. So you're just waiting, hoping.
Oh my god. So is it possible that you will never get that 4 hour window?
No, you will get to sleep for sure.
Okay. It's just a
You will
question
get
of
to
who goes
sleep.
first.
Yes, who goes first? Yes, yes.
Okay. Very interesting. How about you, Ricey? In your your time with Blue Pacific, what are the things you have discovered that kind of surprised you when you became a flight attendant?
Um, Siguro sir, my friends asked me why bakit nagto-turn off ng phone pag lumilipad. So,
Okay.
sabi kasi nila daw radiation, ganun. Pero the main
Radiation.
reason kasi is, oo, yun yung mga belief nila before. Kaya kinukonfirm nila sa akin. So, ayun, yung main reason is, phone kasi pwede siyang maging remote control or maging trigger ng mga bomba sa plane. So, ayun, kaya bawal mag-phone.
But does it interfere with the radio signals of the pilot to the tower? Does it interfere?
Pero
Ah.
ayun,
But you know now, when we fly nowadays, parang they don't require you to turn it off. They just require you to put it on silent mode. Hindi na siya turn off anymore. So I don't know why the change though.
Tapos,
Maybe the radios now are more powerful, no?
yung sa signal and all. Tapos yung sir, kasi budget airline yung setback. So siguro some people hindi nila alam na kami yung naglilinis after flight. Kasi yung ibang airline kasi meron silang tagalinis. So kami yung nagklikiyan. So if may suka dyan or may mga pagkain, kami talaga yung kumukuha. Tapos ayun, pero depende lang yun if walang if hindi Manila station or wala talagang cleaner yung setback. Kasi may mga airport na walang cleaner yung setback. Kaya kami yung maglilinis. So ayun, parang kami parang overall talaga yung ginagawa ng mga crew sa setback. Tapos there are
Rhycie,
Right.
out of the line question, are you envious of PAL flight attendants because they don't clean the plane?
Oo. Tapos international din. Kasi sabi sa akin ng sister ko, merong cabin attendant. Sila yung pumapasok sa pilot na area. Tapos merong cleaner. Tapos meron talagang cabin crew na crew talaga.
Yeah.
Tapos sabi ko, sa amin, all-in-one kami. Tatlo yan kami. Kami yung pumapasok sa pilot.
Oh my God.
Tapos kami din yung crew na nag-hi sa inyo sa pag-enter nyo ng plane. So ayun, parang gusto ko din ma-experience yun.
I think you will be a better flight attendant when you go to other airlines after your Cebu Pacific training because you can do pretty much anything. Parang you're tough stuff. You're made of tough stuff, no? When you go to PAL, you're like, I can do everything. Parang it's harder to be PAL and then you go to Cebu Pacific. After, it's gonna be harder.
But during international flights, you have to clean. Kasi,
Okay. Because long haul flights, no,
yes.
you need to you have an in between.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have to clean in between. But when we land, like sa LA, wala na. We just leave it. Bahala na kayo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to my next question. I'll ask Rhycie first. What are the challenges of the job? Or maybe just mention one major challenge you've experienced and follow it up with a perk, the stuff that you enjoyed most being a flight attendant.
Sige, I think the challenge is iba-iba yung personality na na-encounter mo everyday with your co-crew at saka passengers na din as well. So, may time na kasi if like example, province na area yung pupuntahan nyo, tapos may mga pasahero na first time flyer, so yung attitude nila parang iba talaga. So, ibang tao din yung i-represent mo sa kanila. Parang everyday nagiging Transformers ka, ganun ba?
Transformers, good job.
So, I had this challenge talaga. One of the memorable din, may bata na nag-ihi lang sa floor. So,
Oh my gosh.
ayun, parang, merong CR dalawa. Bakit di nyo nakita? Or parang, bakit sa floor? So, ayun, ako yung naglinis kasi ako yung junior. So, we're strapped. Ito talaga ba yung training ko for 2 months? Mag-ihi ng bata. Oo, tapos parang ganun. Pero parang pinagalitan din siya ng lead na crew na sabi, bakit yung nanay pinagalitan, parang bakit hinayaan mo yung kid mo na mag-ihi dyan, mga ganun-ganun. So,
Yeah.
challenge talaga yung pasahero. Kailangan mo talaga i-extend yung pasensya mo. If hindi, baka makita ka doon ng away
Yeah.
or something.
Even nga, kahit nga ako na ano lang na passenger din also, just observing other passengers also makes it very difficult for me to, I empathize with the flight attendants when I see passengers with weird personalities on the plane. But I think that's part of the job, no? Iba-ibang tao going on the plane, di ba? Yeah. How about Louise? What are the challenge? What's a major challenge for you being a flight attendant?
I think the biggest challenge is you have to say goodbye to holiday, to your time with your family, with your friends. No weekends.
Oh my God.
No, I think that's the biggest challenge. Like before you sign up to be a
You're
flight
parang like a doctor, no? Na parang no holidays like that.
yeah, no holidays. You know, all lahat ng friends mo. Oh, we're gonna book Boracay Holy Week. Out ka na. You know, you can't base your working Holy Week. That's when everybody travels.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest challenge is your absent family gatherings, barkada, friends, inuman, you know.
That's the sacrifice that you really,
Yeah.
it's part of that career, no? The sacrifice.
Right.
Yeah. How about the perks, Louise?
But the perks, of course, is, you know, you can always say, okay, Boracay ka, ako mag-Hawaii ako for the weekend, you know,
Yeah.
with your new pal friends or with your flight attendant friends. You know,
Yeah.
kung may open na seats, you know, you can travel anywhere with
And
your
get paid for it. And get paid to travel.
right. Or even if you're working, let's say you fly to Hawaii.
Yeah.
You know, you have a day off, even just a day off in Hawaii. Your airfare was paid for. You have allowance. Your lodging was paid for.
Grabe.
And then you spend the day off in Hawaii. You go shopping. You go whatever.
Yeah.
You know, so that's
Wonderful.
the best work that, you know, you can have as a flight attendant.
How about you, Rhycie? Ano yung perk na na-enjoy mo in your stay with Cebu Pacific?
Hindi ko siya, sir, na-maximize. Kasi flight kami. Yung nagamit ko lang pa Iloilo isa.
Oh my God.
Hindi ko talaga siya. Tapos, for my family din, may perks din sila sana if natuloy na regular ako. Bali, free flight din yung immediate family mo. Parang consumable siya ata 4 na fly every year.
Yeah.
So, maganda din perks niya. Pero ayun.
Sige lang. I'm sure when everything goes back to normal, you can find another opportunity. Di ba, Rice? Let's stay positive, but not with COVID. Positive lang with our aspiration. Okay. Let's now go to the more, I think something that's more beneficial to our viewers today. No, what advice can you give to aspiring flight attendants? A lot of them will be watching this from the tourism students of College of Saint Benilde. So coming from your experience getting hired and knowing the people that have been hired, what advice can you give to our aspiring flight attendants? I'll start with Louise first.
You know, I think you should just be confident in yourself. Na kaya mo. You know, you can do the job. You can be very good at it. Don't be overconfident na parang mayabang ka na. You know, there's a difference. You know, I think for those with pecklats, you know, foundation is the key and fix talking.
Can they tell ba, Luis, if you're mayabang, like even on the screening pa lang, they would be able to tell right away?
I don't think so. But if you're mayabang, I don't think you'll survive in the job.
Yeah, true.
You know, it's a very trying job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, it really tests your emotions. aside from the physical stuff, it really tests you emotionally and
Yeah.
mentally, I guess.
Pero I think Lois and I think Ricey will also agree with me. Um, I think you know it in yourself if you have what it takes to be a flight attendant, 'di ba? Kasi it starts with the physical appearance first. Sorry, I think this is a very discriminating way to put it. Pero kung hindi ka naman kagandahan, ang hirap namang papaniwalain yung sarili mo na kaya mo. Na, wala pa kuya may nakita na flight attendant na doon hindi gwapa. Ano man, am I right or am I right? I mean, is a face value of value in this job.
I didn't get accepted the first time.
No,
I
but
don't
it
know.
you can ask so that one. You don't know because I mean having that look does not guarantee that you can get
Yes.
accepted too. That's
Yeah.
what you're trying to say.
Yes, and then so the second time when I made it, I passed and everything. I was in the office. That's my first flight as a hired flight attendant. I thought same thing as you, but I thought like, oh, I didn't make it, so their standards must be high.
Super. Yeah, yeah.
So I look at now all the other flight attendants, and I'm like,
Mm,
what am I missing? Like, what did I do wrong?
yeah. So it's more of a stereotype lang from an outsider, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
So
So
I think personality also matters, no? Talaga, Lois, no? To be a
yeah,
flight attendant talaga.
personality, yes, for sure.
Ricey, how about you? Advice to aspiring flight attendants.
Um, I think my advice to aspiring flight attendants, include ko na din self ko kasi hindi na ako flight attendant ngayon.
Yes.
So, include ko na din yung advice.
Yes.
So, ayun, if hindi ka naman 100% sure na gusto mo talaga mag-flight attendant, don't try na lang sa first step. Kasi super sayang, kasi ang daming process. Hiring, training, ang hirap makapasok ng hiring, tapos yung training parang nauubos brain cells mo, tapos yung flying din is a draining job din. So, ayun, if hindi ka talaga 100% na decidido, don't try na lang na maging, one of the flight attendants. I mean, baka there's something na for you talaga. So, ayun. For the physical naman siguro, I think kailangan lang alagaan yung body, yung skin, tsaka yung health mo. Kasi yun din yung mapuhunan ng mga flight attendants eh. May mga ibang flight attendant na natatanggal because of health issues. So, ayun, take care na lang talaga ng body mo kasi babalik at babalik din sa'yo yun.
It's really it's a major investment, no? Hindi siya parang overnight investment. For people to have great skin and to have a great personality. Yeah, these are investments that kind of take a while to achieve. So, to add to your pieces of advice, I have also asked a friend of mine who is currently still active as a flight attendant. Actually, she's now a purser in one big airline company in the Middle East. So I have pre-interviewed her, and I'm just gonna share with you the video of my interview with her. So I'd like you guys to watch this. It's a very short clip from my good friend. We traveled Asia together because of a youth ambassadorship program called SEAP, and she indulged me with this short interview. So Louise and Ricey, stay hang on, and we will be getting back to you as soon as the video is finished. So yeah, let's all watch this.
I'm Jacqueline and I work for Etihad Airways. It's an airline based in the one of the three biggest airlines in the Middle East. And I work here as a crew or how did I get the job? Well, that was back in 2006. I heard about the airline. I applied online and they got back to me a few months later and they said they were going to come to the Philippines to do an assessment and they invited me to come. So I went to the assessment day and when I got to the venue, there were like hundreds of aspiring flight attendants on that day. And we went through different stages and in every stage there was elimination. By the end of the day, only 4 of us got in. and they held two more assessment days after that. Challenges, long duty hours, night flights. You basically sleep when you can, wake up when you need to, no holidays, no weekends, basically no night and day. It's difficult and challenging in the beginning, but as your body adjusts to it, it becomes easier. Perks, so many, and I think that's the reason why I'm still doing this job. Being able to travel. I always see my job like I'm getting paid to see the world. And at a young age, when I started doing this job, I've seen so many world landmarks for free. And it's a beautiful thing. Another thing would be being able to work with different people every time. So you never really get bored. And you meet a lot of people from with different backgrounds, of different profiles, and you learn so much from them, and you learn so much about their culture. So you basically expand your perspective about the world and about people. Um, yeah, there's just so many things. Having an access to discounted tickets, it's another thing. So whenever you have days off and you can just go on a flight and travel. Advice for aspiring flight attendants? Well, I'm gonna keep it simple. Look after your skin, look after your teeth, be fit, and do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes for you to develop your personality. You've got to be confident. And when you do your interview, you have to make the interviewer see that you're a beautiful person and that you can talk comfortably to anybody and be warm and smile. Smile as much as you can.
There you have it. Thank you, Jack, for that beautiful answers to my questions. And nagmatch tanan saging panghambal niyo man, meaning to say these things are pretty universal among flight attendants. Take care of your skin, take care of your teeth, and work on your personality. And so, I guess to all the aspiring flight attendants out there, I guess they should really know at this point where to start with. So before we go, Louise, I want to ask you what are the lessons you have learned being a flight attendant, and do you use them now as a private person, a person who just kind of takes care of the family right now? What are some of the stuff that you have learned that you can share to us today?
I think the biggest thing I've learned is to be like flexible, adaptable. If you have a certain personality and you refuse to change, then you're not gonna get along with everybody. So you have to really adapt to whoever you're with, because you want to be the person that everybody wants to fly with. So I think that's the biggest lesson that I've learned, is to really be adaptable and accepting of differences.
That's true. I mean, being adaptable really can get you a long way, no? I mean,
Right,
especially for a life that you meet all sorts of people. It
right.
really does. It really does move you forward. How about you, Ricey?
Same with Ma'am Lois po, na be flexible sa personality and sa mga attitude na din. Kasi iba-ibang tao talaga yung nami-meet mo everyday sa work na to. So, kailangan mo talagang mag-adjust na if may person ako, medyo hyper tsaka cheerful ako, yung parang automatic na personality ko. May mga ibang crew na ayaw ganon, parang gusto nila professional, mga ganyan. So, nag-a-adapt ako, nagtatry din ako na maging ganon. Tapos, ayan, sobrang helpful siya sa, I think yung ganyang attitude, sobrang helpful siya sa lahat ng work, not just sa pagiging flight attendant. Kasi nakikibagay ka sa tao, and sa lahat naman na work, nag-communicate ka sa kanila. So, ayun, para iwas na lang ng gulo or something. So,
True.
magandang attitude din na maging flexible yung personality.
Whether or not you're in the cabin crew industry, whatever you have learned through your trainings and experiences, are stuff that you can be very like you can benefit from in your life, no, and as a private individual. So I hope that everyone listening to us this morning are all inspired, and they will look at flight attendants differently as far as respect is concerned, about how serious the job is, and beyond Instagram and social media that flight attendants tend to kind of send out to everyone. Because we all look at it as a glamorous job. Eh. I mean, you get to travel, see places, be surrounded by beautiful human beings most of the time. Di ba? I mean, parang bawal yung pangit. Parang you cannot sit with us. Ganun yung drama. So, now that you guys are telling me about this, I think a lot of people will have a newer perspective, fresher outlook towards flight attendants. And with that, I would like to thank Louise and Rhycie for spending your hour with me. We are overtime by 7 minutes, but I'm having so much fun. Sorry, having so much fun that it's really okay to extend. And we have a lot of people sending us comments. Thank you, France Noel, Tita Zenny, JR Makahilas just sent us a message also. And to Maki Makabantad and Ryan, thank you for your messages. So that's it for today, guys. And Louise and Ricey, thank you very, very much, girls.
Thank you, Bob.
I will send my regards to GP and the kids and
I
Kathy, everybody
will.
there in the US. And Ricey, send my regards to your parents and to your siblings because I know they love me too, as much as I love them. So yeah. So next week we will be talking about the academic freedom of the University of the Philippines, and I will just let you know who my guests will be, but we'll be back on our regular programming on a Sunday. So for today, this is it. I hope you enjoyed our our live stream discussion with Luis Navarro-Piamonte and Rhycie Custodio, both former flight attendants, and Rhycie will be back to doing the job when the pandemic is over. Okay, so thank you very much, guys. Luis and Rhycie, thank you,
Thank
guys,
you.
and have a great day.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.